Hello, hello, and happy Fun Fold Friday, everyone. Christina here, creating with Christina, and I have a Fun Fold Friday for you all today. Today's Fun Fold is the Spanner panel. If you've not seen it before, it's really a cool card. Traditionally, it is made with window sheeting. If you don't own window sheeting, I'm going to show you how to do it without that. I've also got a few announcements, such as the free ebook, which a lot of you have gotten already for putting in a $50 order. Also, your email today will have the downloadable of the tutorial for today. Also for last Friday. Last Friday was 4th of July. And as soon as the Fun Fold was over, the weekend just slipped away from me and I never got it posted. So yeah, I'm just going to put them both in today's email for you. All right. Hey, Linda. Hi, Darlene. Very nice to see you all this morning. And let me switch cameras real quick. There we go. All right. So one other thing is I apologize. I am so used to my card kits ordering time to be the 10th of the month, but this month it was the 13th. And an email went out saying that it was the last day. Well, it wasn't the last day. The last day is the 13th. So you still have a couple of days to order the card kit by mail featuring the Sunrise Sailing stamp set and bundle. All right, so those are the cards for that. If you're interested in that, you can still get that. If you don't have the email that you need to order that from, just send me a message and I will get that to you. The other thing is Wednesday, of course, we always have a card challenge. This week's card challenge has a shape and an image. So I did it with the Celebratory Sips. I did this one using the two-tone cardstock and I sanded it down to reveal the white. And then this one I made with the two-tone cardstock back here. I crumpled it up and then sanded it for that look. So those were the examples I made. We're going to be using that two-tone cardstock again today because it is still on sale. Today is the last day for 20% off two-toned cardstock. And what that means is one side is darker, the other side's lighter, and in between it's white. So when you tear it, which we're going to be doing today, you'll see the white at the tear line. Or if you, like I sanded it on those examples, or if you just need the lighter shade of the color you're using. However you want to use it, the color two-tone cardstock is awesome. This is the sketchbook you get if you put in a $50 order this month. It has measurements and examples. So 30 different card sketches. Keep you busy all month long. All right, let's get started then. Like I said, I'm using Celebratory Sips. Oh, before I really get started, let's get this out of the way so you can see. There we go. And then let me check my comments, make sure I don't have any questions. Hello again to Linda and Darlene. Also, Marianne, Kay, Luana, V, Tina, Katie, Joan, and Teresa so far. Awesome. All right. This is what I mean by window sheeting. It's just plastic. We sell it 12 by 12 sheets. You can get it at any craft store or even the your stamps. Where's the stamp? Oh, right here. Your stamps actually come on a piece. You can take your stamps off of this window sheeting back here and put them on the case and then just keep this you don't want to use this flimsy plastic for the card. This you would just put back on top of the stamps to keep them safe. But the back side is window sheeting, so you could use that. All right. So we'll put that over there. And this is what the card looks like with window sheeting. So a spanner panel card is where you span across the two. Can you even see it with the window sheeting? Let me get a glare. There we go. You span across the two panels with a piece of clear window sheeting. So it doesn't even look like you've got anything there. And then when you lift it up, you go, oh, look at that. And then you lift it up again. So that is the spanner panel card. We're going to make it, though, with cardstock here instead of window sheeting. All right. The Celebratory Sips Suite. So the suite means everything coordinates. This is the embossing folders. The first one, it embosses it, makes it look like the cut glass that you would see at a cocktail bar or something. The other one has these beautiful florals, but it's only, let's see, is that 3 inches? Well, 3.5. It's only 3.5 inches across, but it's 6 inches long. So you could do both of them. You could do one, but anyways, that's the embossing folders. Oh, and they are not 3D. They're the regular. So you would just use these in your cut and emboss machine like you would any type of embossing folder, except for the 3D embossing folders. All right, that's that. Then, of course, there's the dies that go with the stamp. So here's the stamp. So you have the Tom Collins glass or the stemless wine glass or rocks glass, whatever you want to call it. And all of the garnishes for your drinks, even the ice cubes. Then the die cuts cut out the garnishes, even the little umbrella, the little toothpick, so cute. And then this die, this is interesting. So hold on. This cuts the glass out, but this embosses it. So this is a metal embossing piece. And what's really cool, let me show you what you can do here. You can either, so some of these glasses don't have any garnishes on them, and you could cut it out and emboss it at the same time. Really cool. Or there's another piece in here. Hold on, let me put that back down so I don't lose it. In here, that's just rectangle things of watercolor. Let me just pull this paper out real quick. Whoops. Oh, I am so sorry, you guys. All right. There we go. So let me find, there it is. That, whoa, okay, we're just throwing paper everywhere. This piece, you can, now this would cut, you would stamp on here with the glass stamp and then cut it out, but you could also emboss it. So that's that. Or you don't even have to make a drink with these watercolor squares. You can just use them. Use it as a background paper, cut out the stamp something else on it, a sentiment or something, and use it as I'm trying to say a tag or something like that. So all kinds of ideas you could do with that. And of course, here's some more of those cups. The back side of our paper is so awesome because it's very generic. You can use it with anything. It doesn't have to go with this suite. For instance, this Blackberry Bliss floral paper, isn't that beautiful? That star paper, the Timid Tiger stripes, and then this is Secret Sea, and then polka dots. So those can be used for anything. I love our paper. You can never go wrong with our paper. And this is the paper we're using today. All right, let me put all this back and we'll get started making the card. Remember, if you have any questions, put a question mark in front so I can see it. Oh, get in there. Come on. There we go. Put that over there. All right. This. I've got all that. All right. So we need our supplies. Okay. Now, oh, there's a question mark from Marianne. What is the difference between the two types of embossing folders? Oh, that's a great question, Marianne. Let me grab a 3D embossing folder. Where are my embossing folders? They're over here. This is 3D. Yeah, this is 3D. Okay. A regular embossing folder is flimsy, all right? And you would use just, where are my plates? Hold on. Oh, I took them to the other room, darn it. Okay, well, my cut and emboss machine is in the other room, but this is a specialty plate that we sell that goes with 3D embossing folders. 3D embossing folders, you cannot bend them. They're like super thick. And what they do is when they emboss, it makes it really 3D. It makes it really deep impressions in the paper. Okay. And so you would just use your base plate and this specialty plate to do a 3D. To do a regular embossing folder, and these are super flimsy, thin, they just make a little impression in the paper. They don't make a real deep impression, a 3D impression. It's just like a kind of a surface indentation. You would use the base plate and then the two cutting plates. All right. And then that's how you do these. So, and in the catalog, you can tell because, well, first of all, it'll say 3D, 3 capital D. And then also one set of folders are a light gray color and the other set of folders are a dark gray in color. So that's how you tell the difference. But the 3D embossing folders, you have to have the 3D specialty plate for that. Okay. I hope I didn't confuse you more. All right, back to our card. So this is the two-tone cardstock. So let me flip this over. See, they're the same color, and then I flip it over, and you get a lighter shade of this is Timid Tiger, one of our brand new in colors, and it matches this Celebratory Sips paper. But what is so cool is that it is white. I don't know if you can even tell that it's white inside there. And if you don't like the white edge, you could just take a marker and color that white. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this little piece about 1/4 inch up. All right. And see how it's revealing that white there. Okay. So this is called the tear technique. It's really simple. You just take your fingers and just pull one piece closer. The one that's coming up is going to not have the white. The one that it's tearing away is going to have the white, but the white is on the back side of the one you're pulling towards you. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyways, so you can still use this piece on another card. Yeah, I wouldn't throw that away. That can be a great edge piece for later, but we're going to be using this as our spanner. Okay, so it's the light side of the Timid Tiger. Now, this is our card base, and there are some special cutting measurements that you're going to need. And like I said, those are in your downloadable today. So be watching your email for your downloadable that will have all the measurements. Now, get your cutting blade out of the way the first time. I'm just doing the score line. Now, you will want to, you can fold it in half and then use the bone folder, or just go ahead and use the scoring tool. But you're going to need to know where that line is for the next part. Okay, I know you can't see it very well. Let me see if bending it will make it better. Okay, you can kind of see it with the glare, but you need to be able to see that because we're going to cut from the edge up to the fold line. All right, now our cutter has 1.5 inches over here, and then it goes all the way out to 12 inches on the other side. But I want it at, I believe, yes, 1 1/4. So I'm going to put the cardstock right up here to the 1 1/4. All right. And I'm going to remember that this is my fold line right here. And I'm going to take my cutting tool and I'm going to cut all the way to the score line. Now there is a little nick, little impression here on the side of the blade that tells you exactly where the blade is. So you just line up that line with the fold line and it'll land right there. All right, so that's what we've got so far. We need to do the other side. So I'm just going to flip it over. All right, that's easy enough. Put it back at the 1 1/4 and do it again. Okay, there we go. And now we've got, whoops, our panels. So we have these two panels and this panel. Okay, and then we're going to connect these two with this piece that we cut right here. Okay. Now I put it behind. Some people put it in the front and then they cover it with the paper, which is fine. And then that way you don't see anything on the back, which is very nice. Or you can just put it back here, and I don't think it looks bad on the back at all. Let me show you on the clear one. When you use window sheeting, you can see it. You can see where the adhesive is there. So maybe I should have probably put the adhesive, the window sheeting behind the DSP, but it doesn't matter. But also remember, whatever you stick across is going to show. And so I'm going to show you a little something there to make that look a little nicer. All right. So let me get all this out of the way now that we've got all that cut up. All right. So I'm going to use my glue. And so we'll go ahead and put it on top this time. Okay, so we've got it on top, just like that. And now we're just going to put this here. All right, and that should when we put this on top, cover that corner. Come here. Yep, covers it beautifully, just like that. Okay, except I am switching something around. On this card, I put the flowers over here. I'm going to flip this over and put the stripes on the other side, just to give it a little different. So each card looks a little different. Also, I was able to stamp the sentiment here with the window sheet. I could stamp it on that side, or if you stamp it on the flowers, you can't see what you stamped. You would need something else. So that's another reason I use the stripes in the middle on the first card. Okay, and let's do this one. Oh, come here. There we go. All right, now that you have this part done, okay, flip it up because we still need to put this piece on here, but I'm going to flip it over and make it the flower side this time. And I love it when the designer paper works front and back for one card. Sometimes they don't match up as easily, but this one did. If that's the case, if you don't like the front and the back together, just get another, just get something else. Okay, we're all good there. It's all pretty. Okay, so let's do some decorating. I have, oh, it's like, where did my glasses go? Here they are. All right, at first, I just taped my umbrella to the back of my drink, but when I put it on my card, whoops, like this, and I flipped my card panel up, you could see the tape. I thought, oh my gosh, that looks terrible. And you can see where I colored. The ink is coming through the umbrella there. Oh, I know it gets blurry when I try to bring it up close. Oh, well. So we're going to fix that. First of all, we're going to take the tape off. There we go. And we are going to get some glue here. And we're just going to put a wee bit of glue, very, very little, hardly anything, because you do not want it to squish out. Okay. Now, another thing I did, I don't know if you can tell. Maybe you can. No, you can't. I'm going to have to zoom in. Hold on. There we go. All right. See, I stamped the stick on the cup so that, because if you just stick the umbrella on there, it just looks like it's stuck on there. It doesn't really look like it's in the drink. So what I did instead is I stamped the stick, and then that way we can glue the stick in the back, but it still looks like it's going in the water, in the drink. Does that make sense? Okay. And I stopped where the ice cube is. That way it didn't look weird having the toothpick in front of the ice cube. I don't know. Those are just some tricks that I've learned. Now, the back side, still looks kind of but let me get my fresh freesia back out. I colored this umbrella with fresh freesia. So let's just color it again. This side. And that just covers up all those bleed throughs. Okay. And then if you want to color the stick gray, you can. I just leave it white. I think that looks fine. All right. So we've got that. We've got that. And then this one, I didn't have to put the embellishment. So some of the drink cups don't have garnishes, and some of them do. So this one already had the garnish. Now let me zoom back out so we're not too close. There we go. And that one is going to go right. Now your glass that's in front is going to be lower than the glass in back. That's just, perspective point of reference or perspective. There we go. So like that. Okay. I'm going to glue these together and then I'll pop them up on pop dots. So It's getting hot. There we go. All right, let's get some dimensionals. Another thing is, be careful when I put these dimensionals on here. One stuck out over the side there, and then when I closed the card, it stuck to the middle panel, so it didn't do the cute pop thing. So be careful not to let your dimensional get over the edge. So instead, I'm putting the dimensionals on the card instead of the glasses. That way, I know. I don't know if y'all just heard that motorcycle go by, but my goodness. Okay, there we go. We've got those three on there. We also need, this umbrella is a little flimsy, so I need to put just a wee bit right there. There's not much room for it. I cut the corner there, so I'll cut the corner here. There we go. Okay, double check which one I need. I need this one, so let's turn it around. All the way up in there. And hopefully it's a small enough umbrella. Double check as I stick it down. There we go. Okay. Yep. Perfect. Yay. No stickers. And then having that colored, I just think looks a little better. It doesn't really matter though. All right. We need to stamp some sentiments and put on some bling, and we are done. So we have cheers, and I have the, what is this? Smoky slate that matches the smoky slate lines on the drink cup. Okay. And we're just going to put cheers right there. And then they open it and open it. Whoops, we need a piece of white cardstock. Hold on. This is just cut 4 by 5 1/4, just regular size, and just sticks inside here. Didn't quite get that as even as I like, but that's all right. And then let's celebrate. Cute. All right, there we go. So we have 2. Oh, I forgot dots. We got some dots. These are the coolest color dots. Like I said, on Wednesday when I was working with these, they remind me of Halloween color, that kind of a funky iridescent green. I think of it Halloween. So these are definitely coming out from a Halloween stuff, but I'm not ready to do Halloween yet. All right, let's put them over here so you can see them. Go there. Okay, so cheers, and then you lift it up and you lift it up. Let's celebrate. And then this is it with the window sheet. So then, whoops, that's still sticking. I'm gonna have to put some powder there. But you lift it up, and then it says cheers, and then it says let's celebrate. So cool. You can do it the window sheet or not the window sheet. Either way. I hope you enjoyed today's fun fold. Like I said, I will have the tutorial out for you later. Let me double check on questions. Whoops, I see one right away. Tina says, I should look, but are the 2-tone assorted packs also 20% off? Hope so. Yes, yes, yes. That's what's on sale. The 2-toned assorted packs and the like the Timid Tiger pack is on sale, but so is the Celebratory Suites 2-tone cardstock pack, which is multiple colors inside it. So yeah, if you go, Tina, if you go to specials and then the sales, and you click on 2-tone cardstock, you'll see every one of them that are for sale. It has it marked out. Also shows you which ones are left. This sale started Wednesday. A lot of demonstrators have been ordering cardstock to last them probably the whole year. I don't know what's going on, but I did mine Wednesday. So, but that's how I ordered. I just ordered the combination packs. Like there's one for the turtle suite. There's one for the celebratory sips. There's one for the in blooms. So all your suites, there's a whole bunch. Even the I think the reindeer one from Christmas is still available. The fall one, yeah, all those combination packs are available still. So good question, Tina. Yes. I hope you all have a blessed weekend also. Stay safe out there. Enjoy crafting, staying cool. And I will see you Monday night. I am doing a scrapbook page with Celebratory Sips. I'm going to be doing my best friend's birthday. We took her out for drinks, and what a perfect suite to use for her birthday page. All right. Bye-bye.